What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the markets. A mix of super bullish news, super bearish news. Although the super bearish news is not really news. um, so I'll get into all of that in a second, as always. I update the spreadsheet, the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would absolutely smash in this bull cycle. If you invested $100 into each coin when I released the videos, and still held that bag, you'd be in profit for 40 grand. Add in your $2,600 investment, you're sitting on over 42,500. You're sitting on 42,800 actually. Phantom was a Udemy course where I said it'd be the best investment of the year. It's obviously leading the way, 226x up. I've held all of these at one point or another, closed positions on them, all of them in profit. Never really Grin. Grin was pretty much rubbish in terms of price, not tech. Tech's good. And I've used all those profits and reinvested it into new cryptos. If you want to see the cryptos that I hold, check out Copy My Crypto. This is where I've built a portfolio to maximize gains during this bull cycle. My top performers have been some of the top performers in the market. My overall portfolio outperforms the market week in, week out. If you want to maximize your gains during this bull cycle, build your wealth in anticipation of an inevitable bear market, where you'll have more money to invest to make you more in the next bull cycle, then check out Copy My Crypto. Hi guys. Yes, the markets have had a little bit of a beating. Actually, to be fair, they've actually partially recovered. I know we're seeing a lot of red, and it's not looking overly nice, right? But there was a point where Bitcoin tanked down to the 40k territory, and it has actually recovered a bit. It could still bounce down, but we'll see. So this is actually the news. We're looking at China declares all cryptocurrency transactions illegal. This breaking news, folks. This, oh my God, all cryptos are illegal news that's hit every mainstream media source today is old news. Just is. It's 9 days old. In fact, let me translate this because I can't speak Chinese, I'm afraid. So this is the article, shared today, People's Bank of China, where they go through the fact that they've identified cryptos as illegal. Virtual currencies don't have the same legal status as legal currency. Virtual currency related businesses are illegal financial activities. If you do so, use them, you will be prosecuted. Provisions of services by overseas virtual currency exchanges to Chinese residents is also an illegal financial activity, and that will be investigated in accordance with the law. So that's basically Binance, KuCoin, Any of you start allowing Chinese residents to trade or buy, you're breaking the law and you will be pursued. So this is what the People's Bank of China actually put out. But they did it here, guys. Here. So why are all these stories hitting the media today? Why do you guys think? So, we're in futures territory. It's the last Friday of the month for futures. This news hits every mainstream media source on the same day. So it is coordinated. There's no other way you can look at it. It's a coordinated effort to push prices down, to liquidate people in longs. So institutions, so they can start picking up more amounts of Bitcoin, Ethereum, whether maybe Cardano, Binance, whatever it is, they're picking everything up at a discount. And that's it. That is it. If you actually look at the BBC article, they've even got routers here, which is the media source, I guess, that they've copied. And if you go back to Two Comma Pauper's Twitter thread, where he talks about exactly how FUD is created in the market, he quotes routers as being one of the sources that ends up being quoted on. So this is what's happening. It's just nonsense. And surprise, surprise, the market reacted with fear, and the prices started dropping. So we will see if that continues overnight, but it is nonsense. And this is again a ploy to scare the retail investors out of the market. And to some degree, it's worked because there are a number of cryptos that have had double-digit percentage losses. Filecoin, FTX, to name a couple. Even Ethereum at one point was down like 9%. So, yeah, FUD, and not news. This has been the case for 9 days. Market reacted already to this news. It's not news, but it's coordinated. It's been released all at the same time to liquidate people in the futures market, to push the prices down. People can pick up cheap Bitcoin, cheap Ethereum. And that's what's happening. And it's a frustration. It's a frustration that people are still reacting to this China news with such fear. And if you're a retail investor and you've only been in the market for a month, I understand that fear. But if you've been in for a year and you're still reacting with that, then things aren't good, right? You need to start reevaluating mental strength on this stuff. So that's the FUD BS stories that we've seen within crypto today, which has massively moved the market. And you can actually see on the Bitcoin chart when it happened, pretty much like when the news outlets started releasing all the same news. It was about midday, just boom. And literally within a half an hour, it had gone from 42K down to 40,900. So yeah, one of those. Now, onto the bullish news, onto the adoption story. Twitter. I mean, we knew Jack Dorsey liked crypto and can see the point of it. So Twitter has accelerated again with Bitcoin tips, NFTs, recorded spaces, creator fund, and more. So Twitter's decided that you can tip your favorite content creators or celebrities or whoever the hell it is with Bitcoin through the social platform, through Twitter. Now that's pretty goddamn cool. So they're also incorporating NFT authentication. They've also got the creator accelerator. So Twitter hasn't released details specifics like the fund size or expected reach for creator participants. It's a clear shot across the bow of a top competitor in social audio, Clubhouse, whose own creator accelerator offered to connect its participants with brand deals or $5,000 per month during their participation in the program. So Twitter is basically running the same sort of thing. So it'll be very interesting to see how that affects Twitter. Actually, Twitter as a company as well. But the goal is basically to improve adoption, increase adoption of not only the social media platform, but to their now active participants within the crypto space even more so. They've also got a new feature of NFTs, which will, according to them, better serve creators. So it's a way to. They're actually explaining NFTs there. So Twitter says it's planning to explore support for NFT authentication, allowing NFT creators to connect their crypto wallets to Twitter, so that they can track and showcase their NFTs. So they're looking effectively at like an NFT showcase, which will be pretty cool. Like within Twitter, that'd be quite interesting. And it's interesting that this comes off the back of like recent new revelations of Snoop Dogg having that enormous NFT collection like through Twitter, like that anonymous Twitter profile that ended up, he obviously announced that he is the owner of that. So it's interesting that comes quite short, like quite recently off of that. And Jack Dorsey did tweet that it was only a matter of time before Twitter built support for the Lightning Network layer. So it looks like he is now ready to do that. He's also got an experiment called Heads Up, which will give users a sense of a conversation's vibe before they start wading in. So heads up, as in heads up. So they are actually really starting to move more into this crypto space. This bodes really, really well for adoption, because there are a ton of people that use Twitter, many of whom have never entered the crypto space, and now it is their opportunity to do so, where they can actually see their favorite content creators like earning crypto, and they can see their favorite content creators learning about crypto, and as a result their education will increase, even if it's from a celebrity. And that's sort of the beauty of this scenario, is as much as there'll inevitably be some celebs that earn ridiculous Bitcoin for piss all, there'll be a lot of people that are completely clueless about crypto beginning to learn, beginning to get a small education from some people, but it's an opportunity for wider adoption, which bodes really well. Bodes really, really well. And this was really good to see. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Twitter in the world, I think the communities within it, there's a lot to dislike about Twitter, but it's hugely used at a massively wide scale, so that pushes the adoption in some ways, and that's all we want to see. Remember, adoption will inevitably result in really positive moves in the market, and that to some degree will be countering the China BS that has occurred. And if we actually look at Bitcoin news, it's everywhere. All this China news. But it isn't news. And the fact that it's all happened at the exact same point on the last day of the futures of the month, like the last Friday of the month, is terrifyingly corrupt in many, many ways. And it's institutions that are the culprits. But, just think of it like this. You can buy a dip, right? Because it's coordinated effort to dump. In reality, we're so close to the bull cycle. Like, we're so close to really positive moves in this market. You could see this as a coordinated effort to push the price down. And then you're going to have tons of institutions longing Bitcoin, and all the news next month will be super positive. And the last day of the month, or the last Friday of the month, will be ridiculously positive, and it will just push the price up, and their longs will get them some nice returns. And it's the name of the game, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the state of affairs in the crypto market, folks. So, big adoption story and big BS story. So, just another day in crypto. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope you're all keeping well. If you are new to crypto and the crap like this with the China FUD scares you, join Copy My Crypto. I release videos. I let you know about all this crap. I also let you know what I'm holding, the portfolio I've built that is outperforming the market week in and week out. That is designed to maximize gains during a bull cycle. If you want to make some money and you want to build your wealth in anticipation of the bear cycle that will hit, then check this out, because you will make some gains that you'll be able to reinvest during a bear cycle that will make you ridiculous money. Anyway, take care, guys. Bye bye.